Local late breaking.
Right now at 10 o'clock, the Clinton County Legislature is backing a plan to change an airline route at the Plattsburgh International Airport. Penn Air flights to Boston could be replaced by SkyWest flights to Washington, D.C.'s Dulles Airport. A final decision could be made over the next couple of months.
Consumer Reports is warning people to be careful of romaine lettuce that may be contaminated with E. coli. Dozens of people have been infected. 2 people have died. The magazine says it's not just the romaine in your fridge. It could also be the romaine lettuce served at restaurants.
If you live in Orange County, make sure you're ready for Green Mountain Power's planned outage there. It starts at midnight. They expect 1,800 customers will be in the dark until 1:30 in the morning. Crews will be working to repair broken equipment.
NBC 5 News at 10 on the Valley CW starts now.
Thanks for joining us at 10 o'clock. I'm Brian Colliver.
And I'm Stephanie Gorin. We're in the Weather Center with First Alert meteorologist Tom Messner. And Tom, what do we got coming up?
We've got some areas with freezing rain out there tonight. Temperatures are going to be rising. We'll get to that in just a few minutes.
Stay with us through the highs and lows of winter. You can get the latest information on your phone when you download the NBC5 mobile app. We have an hour-by-hour forecast, and you can watch the latest Nowcast. Get the app for free on Google Play and in the App Store.
Right now, there's an indoor water main break in Winooski. It's coming from the former Key Bank building. That's right by the traffic circle, with water now covering streets and sidewalks.
NBC5's Renee Wunderlich is there with a look at the progress crews are making. Renee.
Well, Brian, Stephanie, we're right on Main Street right now. We're live tonight. Renee Wunderlich, NBC5 News.
Speaking of Main Street in Winooski, it could look a lot different sometime soon.
Tonight, neighbors weighed in on what they want to see on the new and improved Main Street. Everything from bike lanes to more trees and street lights. Little details that city officials say will make a big difference.
It can be the heart of those neighborhoods that feed right off of it. So it's extremely important asset that the city has, and one that we want to make sure reflects what the community wants to see.
We don't know exactly how long this project will take, when they'll have a final design, or how much it could cost. But city officials are excited about what a new and improved Main Street could mean for the Onion City.
Route 9 in Plattsburgh is back open after being shut down for hours after an apartment fire. The call came in just after 7 for a fire at the Golden Gate Motel. The City of Plattsburgh Fire Department arrived to the first floor apartment fully engulfed, and flames in 2 other apartments. A couple living on the second floor was able to get out safely. Crews were quickly able to put out this fire.
After a number of public forums, consultants have come up with recommendations to improve parking in Plattsburgh. Take a look at the map. It shows Durkee and Bridge Street widened with more parking on the sides and more room for pedestrians. The consultants have also recommended better access to the free parking behind the train station. A final report will soon be issued.
The St. Regis Mohawk tribe is trying to improve public safety by adding some street lights. This map shows where the new lights will go, most at intersections and roadways in the southern portion of the reservation in Franklin County, New York. Installation would be done over the next 2 years. The tribe is looking for community feedback on this plan.
The New York State Assembly has committed to fighting the North Country's opioid epidemic. Assemblyman Billy Jones, presenting the Substance Abuse Prevention and Recovery Coalition of Clinton County, also named SPARK, with a $20,000 check. The organization provides education around substance abuse and prevention in schools and other areas in the region.
Recreational marijuana is another big step closer to becoming legal in the state of Vermont.
The ayes do have it.
The Senate passed the bill that eliminates penalties for having 1 ounce of pot and allows residents to grow 2 plants at home. It does not authorize retail sales or set up any state regulation and taxation of marijuana.
Today's vote and the vote in the House 3 days ago show that the legislative system is catching up with the public. And people are getting over the hurdle of this is an absolute evil that doesn't exist, and somehow by supporting this, we're bringing it into existence, and more a recognition of the reality that's already out there in Vermont.
The governor now has to sign it for it to become law. If it passes his legal office, Governor Phil Scott expects to sign the bill in the next few weeks.
Some Vermonters still struggling to stay warm after that cold snap. We'll tell you why fuel deliveries have been so late.
And after weeks of wildfires, people in Southern California now dealing with deadly mudslides. The latest on the rescue efforts there. You're watching NBC5 News.
NBC5 News.
A former Plattsburgh resident has been sentenced to 6.5 years in prison for fraud and identity theft. Jared Hudson, who lives in Florida and Texas, pleaded guilty in August. He admitted to working with Thomas Howe of Plattsburgh to buy personal information like bank account numbers to steal at least $500,000. Charges have been upgraded against the Vermont man accused of cutting another man in the throat in Burlington. Chittenden County State's Attorney Sarah George says Connor Lucas, a transient, is now facing attempted murder charges. He was originally charged with aggravated assault. Police arrested Lucas in August after he got in a fight with two homeless men near the corner of Main and Church Streets. Officers found one of the victims bleeding from the neck. The other was not seriously hurt. It looks like that brutal 2-week cold snap has finally come to an end.
But many homeowners in our region still struggling to keep warm. That's because their oil deliveries are very far behind. Oil dealers tell NBC5 News it's been hard to keep up with the high demand. Some homes have gone days without oil, causing pipes to burst and expensive damage left behind. Fuel dealers telling us their teams have been working nonstop.
The volume was so extreme. We brought in a driver from Connecticut who came up Christmas Day to come help us, and he's still here.
The state recently put an emergency declaration into place. It allows drivers to work overtime so that they can get fuel to those in need.
911, what's your emergency? Coming up, this woman ended up being on the other end of the line hundreds of times.
Plus, it's one small step for an American Girl doll, one giant leap for girls everywhere. Tom.
All right, guys. Hey, we've got a little bit of freezing rain out there tonight, but the real deal we're watching is for Friday night and Saturday. I'll explain.
NBC5 News.
Dramatic footage caught of a crash on the interstate in Indiana. Authorities say one semi-truck driver hit the back of a second semi, which then hit a third tractor trailer. Look at this. The result, this burst of flames. One of the trucks was carrying hazardous materials. All homes within a half a mile were evacuated as a precaution. Only one person suffered minor injuries.
Police in Charleston, West Virginia say this woman made hundreds of fake 911 calls. Officers arrested the woman who had 9 warrants out for her arrest. They say she made the prank calls between December 30th to January 1st, but this isn't her first run-in with the law. She had already been out on bond for allegedly making 600 fake emergency calls in just 26 days. A historic tavern in Northern Virginia has been damaged. Alexandria city officials say a sprinkler pipe burst Sunday night because of the frigid temperatures. The tavern was a favorite among the founding fathers, including George Washington. The tavern, which is now a museum, will be closed for at least 2 weeks.
More than a dozen people are dead and an unknown number of people are missing after the mudslides in Southern California.
Officials say hundreds of people are trapped in one neighborhood. NBC's Omar Jimenez gives us a look at the rescue efforts.
Rescue after rescue. I'm Omar Jimenez, NBC5 News.
Now, first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Messner.
All right, everybody, we've got some active weather. 20s Tuesday and 18 on Wednesday.
Well, it is a new year, and that means tax season is right around the corner. Reporter Mary Maloney shares the deadlines you need to know to get through this without a headache.
Time to start preparing those W-2s. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
Vermont men's basketball making their shortest road trip of the year down I-89. Ken Drake has a look ahead on the sports desk.
The Catamounts and Dartmouth Big Green continue their annual yearly series tonight on Sports Desk at 11.
Trending at 10 tonight, we take a look at some game-changing products,
including American Girl's 2018 Doll of the Year. Take a look. This youngster is an aspiring Martian astronaut. Luciana Vega is an 11-year-old Chilean-American girl who dreams of being the first person to walk on Mars. She's the first character created to encourage an interest for science, technology, engineering, and math, or what we like to call STEM.
Oh, she'll go far. A Dutch startup says this new device will help babies sleep better. There are 3 products. Hugsby Heartbeat can record a mother's heartbeat and reproduce the sound and vibration. A Hugsy Cuddle is used along with the heartbeat, fitting inside the head of a stuffed bear. A Hugsy Pouch swaddles the baby like a kangaroo pouch.
And we introduce you to eSight, the device that could allow the legally blind to see. The company says the eyewear has a high-speed, high-definition camera. The video feed is enhanced and displayed on 2 screens in front of the user's eyes. The company says the video images are extremely clear and have virtually no lag.
That's neat.
Yeah, right?
I like that. All right, so what are we looking at?
We're looking at some freezing rain out there tonight. I don't think that's going to be much of an issue first thing tomorrow morning. Temperatures are actually stepping up out there. So here's a breakdown for tomorrow in the Champlain Valley. It's going to be real warm first thing tomorrow morning. We've got the chance for just a couple of showers sometime in the morning. Certainly most of the day is going to be dry for some of us the entire day. We're going to be in the 40s tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit breezy out there. We go from 40s to an early high of 50 on Friday. Then temperatures start to drop. That's when we start looking at snow and freezing.